That was a solid metaphor, Dave. The Cobra for him.
Point.
Little bait.
Yes.
First Ernie. Just beautifully played.
Pounced on the opportunity.
Here comes Ben with the Ernie.
And the Burt.
That's
Oh. Hands of Ben Johns. You watch it in person. Go to the lob. Colin goes and gets it. Ben takes care of business.
Yeah, great track down by. Job is to put that in the kitchen.
Oh.
Second server.
First big exchange won by Newman and Kohler.
Just be careful with all these dangerous critters out there on the pickleball court.
We are in the desert. It's game point. Oh. Ben Johnson's got
game,
some
11-4.
bite too, doesn't he?
sick tricks.
He stings like a cobra.
Get it all the way to 8s though.
Oh.
Second server.
So good.
He stared Ben down and then just hit his dink opposite direction. Yes. All while the ball's in play.
There's Colin. Perfectly timed.
Point game.
Yeah, just really strong finish for Colin Johns there as the setup man with the slide and fade. And just keep seeing more and more of that.
Another fast start here for Newman and Kohler. Riley covering some ground.
Point.
There's the Riley Newman.
Oh.
Side out.
He has a pulse. Turning up the intensity a little bit.
Oh.
Point.
Ben Johns swinging a mean paddle
10,
right
6,
now.
1.
Another game point. Not
Second
gonna happen
server.
yet.
They've been cross court with Ben more involved than Colin for sure today.
Second server.
How about this defense as Newman and Kohler collide? What was that?
Second server.
A insane display of defense.
Side out. 0-0-1.
On point there, AJ.
No, Ben stayed
Point.
with it. Point here would essentially tie this match for Newman and Kohler.
Side out. Point.
There's the crisp
Yes.
given away by CJ, and he gets both of them then to hit the spot.
Game point. Ben patiently waits. Can't put it away.
Second server.
Yes, and sometimes you just use the momentum of your defense and you lose your mind a little bit in the transition area. Just let it get back. Ben uses the Newman willing the ball over trick.
Point.
Took the
0-1-1.
ball here, the resets, the dinks, and the thirds are just not to the level they're always used to.
Now
Second server.
Kohler can't lift it.
Wow, what a switch
Well,
by Ben
interestingly
Johnson
enough,
there.
they've beaten this team in a Vegas tournament. Riley got AJ at the last second before AJ really had made a scene. It was a sort of a wild day in Vegas, and they won it. So it's certainly an upset, but it's not like we're stunned. Now, the way the first two games went, that certainly plays into it to be able to dig out of a two-game hole to a team of this quality, but they have not quit, and they actually ramped up their aggressiveness.
Was the Vegas event best out of 3?
I believe so, yes. Not sure. I'd have to look that up.
Getting confirmation from Hannah Johns that it was best out of 3.
Side out.
Going to be a side out for the Johns.
Just on a 1 here as well.
Ben's got to take matters into his own hands.
Second server. Point.
Ben Johns, big point there. They need a rally here.
4-8-1.
Looks like the brothers are going to try to stay patient, take it 1 point at a time.
Point.
Wait for something to get up, and you know, the middle dinks we talked about when even Matt and Riley played.
Looks like Ben and CJ are working AJ a little bit, looking for that pop-up. Here it is. Back to neutral ground.
Oh. Wow.
And back to neutral again.
Best point of the match. And Newman and
Point.
Kohler. Is it long?
They say wide.
So it
They
was
called it
wide. First lead of game number 5 to the Johns brothers. Oh. Yeah! Wow.
Point.
And a chest bump for the Johns boys tells you all you need to know.
Timeout call, receiving
Here
side.
comes
10-2.
the final timeout from AJ and Riley, but
Point game match.
Ben Johns, Colin Johns. Another family affair leads to a title here at the Red Rock Open. They have to come from behind to do it in dramatic fashion. Well played, and also well played by Newman and Kohler. Here was championship point.
I mean, he did an incredible job of digging out of the more difficult shot and missed an easier one.
And Ernie probably with that forehand roll, he was going to go to Catherine's forehand and potentially look to jump the kitchen, but just a miss there. All right, at this point he finds a different way to attack.
Oh. Riley chasing it down. Best point of the match so far. Oh. Boy, Riley is like the Inspector Gadget of pickleball.
To put the ball, because then the angle to get it back to Annalie is so narrow, sharp.
And she knows better to avoid line because of the Ernie, so
Yep.
that's definitely a tough spot. Riley working to open up the court a little bit.
Point.
Staring each other down, they'll be looking at each other all day.
Point.
And perhaps a overhead to go with the anyone after that one caught the tape and went deep. Showed the two-hander a little bit there for a second.
Oh.
Second server.
How about this play? Ben Johns has the final
Need
say.
to have you and your partner push forward because the reply is likely to be weak, and
Yes,
you don't want to lose that opportunity.
Yes, you have to read the body language of your opponent and observe.
And we saw it in its beauty right there.
Second
There's
server.
how you negate the drop to the backhand corner.
Side out.
Well played there. Ben and Annalie kind of using the middle a little bit. They're pretty comfortable with Riley taking that middle shot with his forehand.
Yeah, we saw one nice forehand speed up in the men's, but much more dangerous off the bounce on the backhand.
Speeds up, no problem for Ben. Just short.
Second server.
Big point here for Waters and Johns. Oh!
Side out.
And that's what has to happen if you're the best. Next one after that, that's insane.
ATP, Riley pulls it off. Anna Lee right there, though. Catherine tries to do the same, just a little bit wide.
And levels, and that's why it's growing like gangbusters. And this is the best of the best in front of you.
Side out.
I concur.
Three, 7, 1.
So she slides and covers the court for him.
Trying to recover.
Point.
Couldn't do it.
Actually has spectators and fans are able to participate in the sport themselves throughout their whole life.
Yep, I haven't been tackled since 30 years.
Exactly, and we have some health benefits.
We have a lot of health benefits.
And the safety maybe is not as much of an issue in pickleball as it is in football.
2-1 here, Parenteau and Newman. Longest point of the match so far. Oh.
Go.
Oh.
Side out.
So far, it's working.
Second service.
There's what happens when it's sitting in the middle. Checked in on the behind Riley Newman lately, so he's going to be even more eager to come pick off one of these cross-court balls.
Another tremendous point.
Point.
A couple of ATPs, couple of birds, a tweener. And yeah, it's been pretty popular. It's gone viral a few times, and once in a while people kind of resurrect it and bring it back. But that was fun to be part of that point as well.
And I can vouch, not that Arena needs my vouching for it. I was a
Point.
Another beauty from Ben.
over, but in this case it's so close to the sideline he can jump it.
Point.
They are yet to develop like a good high-performance paddle. They certainly have some intermediate and beginner paddles that are pretty good, but you don't see too many top players playing with the tennis paddle brand, which I think is just interesting.
Big point here, and there's Ben coming through with the Ernie.
0-1-1. Second service.
Again, when he sees Riley that far over and out of position, matchups dictate that, but you see that a lot in the mix where it ends up being the women dinking cross court. We've seen a lot of that in this match, and then who can step in and finish like Ben was able to do so there.
On the serve and the power is not there compared to singles.
Point.
It's 5-0, just like that, guys. I think a point here.
Paddles will be hitting the ground.
Yes,
for sure.
may result in a timeout. Much needed because they are
Like
rolling.
There's no momentum off the net cord there. Very difficult spot.
There's Ben coming through.
Change the angle of the attack. Catherine wasn't quite ready this time.
Mostly the reverse of that.
And that's a testament to Catherine's and Riley's dinks.
No doubt.
They're keeping the ball low, putting a little bit of extra topspin on it, keeps it down.
Just
filthy. Let's keep playing.
Point.
Ben is a little bit more efficient and a little bit more effortless when he goes for the putaways.
Ben Johns, the emphatic finisher.
get a chance to crack a lot in this match, and Riley won that exchange again, and we're tied at 10.
Side out.
Then quickly retracted his statement. All players agree. Fantastic.
Game on. No harm.
Ben simply not going to let the match continue. There it is. Waters and Johns complete the double-triple. Champions once again here at the Red Rock Open, concluding a magnificent championship Sunday.